Previously on QuestFest, Lyonel and Bon Bon found themselves engaged in something they were wholly unprepared for. A conversation. Instead of locking away our dynamic duo, Nobleman Declure offers information in exchange for a favor. Remove a problem of his, and he will show them how to find the Bulwark. Despite distrust, they agree, and Declure delighted deigns to give gifts up front. Will the pair survive a night at the opera? Let's find out on QuestFest.
Let's play some D&D. You have an opera to go to. When last we left off, you were going to the opera. Time has passed. Tis the moment. How do you go? Do you get dressed in finery or?
Of course I do.
Tell me about it.
Oh, it's coattails.
I take a bath. That's it.
Bon Bon takes a bath.
I put my normal clothes back on.
Normal clothes back on.
Of course I bathed. Twice a day, of course.
Perfumed water, in fact. Perfumed.
It's not good for your skin. Not good for your fur.
It's lavender. Of course it's good for my fur.
You really needed to have played a wizard so you could just be doing prestidigitation all the time.
Oh my god.
My
I was
licking
gonna
my
say-
paw is like prestidigitation every time it
Oh
just
my
cleans my whole
God.
body. Anyway, just lovely coattails, perfectly tapered pants for my weird haunch legs. No shoes because they just don't make them
Not right.
for
yeah.
cat feet.
No.
You have three tails?
What?
I have 3 tails now.
You have 3 tails.
You have a tail, and then you have tails.
I do. But my undershirt, my tux shirt is not white. Of course it's not white. That's plain. It's dark, velvety emerald green.
Nice.
It's lovely.
Awesome. You go to the opera. You have a box, so you are able to get in at will.
Are my parents in the box?
And that will be the question, won't it?
If they are, I'm not going to the box.
So what do you do? How do you find that out, I suppose, is the first.
Yeah, I assume I could look up. I mean, they're house right where they always are, box K.
Well, box K. So I should say, let me tell you about the Opera House. The Opera House is this beautiful marble fixture, but on the inside, carpeted almost entirely throughout, except for, of course, the stage. When you enter, it's a large proscenium theater with a curved amphitheater riding out, all as though it was placed there by a hand. No seams, nothing cut. The boxes stand out, and they have been obviously built on. It looks like before it would have been just a row, but these have been added on later. They still look immaculate, but each of the boxes have house colors on them. And all of the boxes are on the second floor. On the third floor, there are other boxes, but those are for lesser noble houses. And they are receded, so they do not have the benefit of the better view.
They're like princess boxes.
Correct.
Okay. Can I say how just lovely it is to hear this when we're like recording this in a really beautiful theater?
I was actually going to say that this theater is as pretty as it's gorgeous. Like legitimately, I want to take pictures and to show everyone on this how cool this is because that theater is gorgeous. Anyway,
So I'm peer up through the house.
you're not there.
They're not.
No.
Okay.
You know that your father attends the opera on politically beneficial shows. No less, no more.
And this is not one of them.
This is a
And Esme would only attend if Rafe was.
correct
Okay.
because it's all about appearances.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Bon Bon, we should away to the box.
awesome.
I mean, are we doing this before or after the show?
Oh, intermission. Think we could get away with that?
You're gonna get me into this story and then she's gonna forget her part halfway through?
She doesn't have to forget her part.
The potion will specifically remove the memories that you choose to. And in this case, everything revolving the Jack.
But in the meantime,
You're gonna make me sit through an opera? Why can't we just get this over with?
because it's the opera. Are you?
Servers appear, which indicates two things. One, it's 10 minutes till the show. Two, they want to know if you want something to drink and or to eat.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay?
Yeah, sure, whatever that is.
So
You're going to hate it.
they bring out 2 glasses of wine and no food.
No.
And they serve a full pour. And you see them move. Each of the boxes has 2 servers who are there the whole time. Although with only the 2 of you in this box, there is only now 1 server. And the show begins. The stage is lit from this beautiful opening in the building that actually, as the show begins, cracks and crumbles, though no dust falls, and spreads, allowing in the sunlight. From behind, fluorescent lights, not fluorescent, pearlescent, rather, begin to illuminate, backlighting the performers as they start to dance. And it very quickly indicates that this is a more modern show. It is not an opera. It is almost what we would call a cabaret, but it is filled with dancing and light singing of an almost semi or non-professional style. It feels makes you want to move. It's very almost vaguely tribal at times, and then at other times very focused. And both of you roll wisdom saves.
Oh, damn. I was about to ask if I could roll to see if I either loved it because it was visionary or hated it because it wasn't traditional.
Is this against magic?
Yes.
Wisdom save?
Do you only get that when you're raging?
No, it's a gnome thing.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
Get
no.
advantage.
You're right.
17.
4.
All right. You are utterly taken in by the show. It encapsulates you, and you hardly breathe, but in rhythm to the music and the pounding of the drums. You, on the other hand, think that this feels fine. It's kind of exciting. I mean, I don't know your actual opinions on the show, but you aren't enamored.
See,
You
Bon Bon,
realize-
this is what the arts are about. It's
God, this wine is
Here, listen.
terrible.
listen. You hear it? You hear it? Yeah.
Yep. I hear it.
It quite literally sounds like a yowling cat, because that's what's happening, is a chorus of tabaxi
What?
singing in tune.
Oh my God.
It's not off tune. It's just a very strange sound.
And see, it's striking. It's primal. It's
his face. If you could see his face, guys, it's glorious. This full emotional range is happening.
You know, right now you're reminding me of this guy. His name was William Shatner.
Quick, write up backstory for William Shatner. So, you recognize that there was some sort of impulse control. But it didn't seem malicious. So, I don't know if that...
I need a wine glass.
The show, first act, I should say, it ends with this colorful collage of fantastic... it's a set piece of flowers. And from the ground, flowers grow into the performers, who then sing, and then they wilt and fade away. And the last notes are that of a haunting-ish ballad that seems to imply that it will come again.
This is end act 1.
Yeah.
It's a 3-act?
It's 2-act.
2-act.
Not an opera.
Brother.
And with that, intermission begins.
Am I enthralled or am I...
So as the performance ends, you are no longer enthralled. And you recognize that it was a magical effect, although not a malicious one, just one that literally, quite literally, enraptures you.
It was... Oh, what filth. They settled for enthralling with magic. It's deplorable. Oh, I can't believe it.
I thought it was pretty all right.
You hear from around you similar reactions. It seems that this show garners quite a diverse take. Some thinking that it is fascinating, a commentary on the use of magic in performance. Others simply assuming that it's an excuse of inferior performers.
Commentary on the use of vulgar cheating. It's atrocious. It's reprehensible. Oh, I can't believe I was subject to this filth.
Maybe if you had a higher wisdom score, you wouldn't be.
You know what? Fuck off. Let's go steal a bitch's memory.
Jesus.
Did we, was there a program?
Yeah.
How long is intermission?
Did we recognize the
20
bitch
minutes.
we're
20
supposed to?
Yes.
Okay.
Bon Bon, I will
Was
meet...
she, like, good?
Oh, yeah. She was an excellent performer.
So the magic would have you think.
I mean, I thought she was all right.
She's a dancer. She may have sung, but you didn't see it if she did.
Bon Bon,
Present.
wait for me by the house left doors. I'll be right back. It's a 20-minute intermission. Well, I'll only need to be probably 5 minutes. Lionel goes to the bathroom.
Okay.
I just think people need to go to the bathroom.
It's just a commentary on D&D. More
Yeah.
people need to go to the bathroom. That's fun. That's real.
Which way's the toilet paper rolled? Over or under?
Over.
It's not anymore. I am a cat. All that toilet paper's on the floor.
The next noble comes in after you as...
I'm so glad you walked right into it.
Frank likes it too.
Brian was so confused. He's like, toilet paper?
It worked.
Oh, it's so good.
So all
We've
around
been
you...
planning this for months.
I can tell. All around you, the stone erupts in fire. You're on fire.
What?
You're all dead.
Excellent. I'm just
Rock
outside.
falls, everyone dies.
I'm just outside the
That's really
bathroom
good.
like, Lionel, not again. Okay.
That's going to be a part of the set piece forever now. Anywhere Lionel goes, the toilet paper is just unrolled and
If
nobody
it's
knows
rolled
why.
the wrong way. If you roll it under, you pat it, and it just keeps rolling
That's
up.
true. Just,
This has been Cameron's commentary on which way to put your toilet paper.
Exactly.
That's good. Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right. that
Can we
probably
have
takes me
like
like
a
2 minutes.
fan art gif of a tabaxi sitting on a toilet going,
All you listeners, you have a request from Terry. I know we're famous and we have.
we're totally famous now and we have millions of people trying to draw us.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right. I meet back up with Bon Bon.
Okay.
I'm just like, so did you do it?
No, I went to the bathroom.
What?
Well, I told you I was going to the bathroom.
You said stay here. You didn't tell me anything else.
Fair, I guess. I
Never
need to
tell me anything.
Loop you in more.
Oh no, I don't need to know about your bowel movements.
So, you know the way to the green room.
Why do you assume I know the way?
Because everyone does. It's the you don't know. God. This way. Come on. Going to the green room.
All right. So you make your way down to the green room. It's a flurry of activity. As you get close, you see.
I'm specifically looking for servers.
Okay. As you get closer, there are several of them.
Yeah, and what are they wearing?
They are in a rather typical servant's uniform here, which is sort of like a oversized tunic that they put on when they get here. It's all black, relatively form-fitting when it's on, but essentially it's something they step into. So it's just almost effectively black with a brown robe tie.
Rash decision. I pull one of them aside and I say, "Good sir, you look like an adventurer." Is that safe to say?
He looks at you, having never been told he was an adventurer type ever in his life. I like adventure.
That's the spirit. I see it in your eyes. I see the fire in your eyes.
He leans forward.
So what are you doing wasting your time here?
Well, I needed a job and
Who needs a job when you could be adventuring, plundering, finding, seeking treasure?
I don't even have a weapon.
That's someone like you deserves the finest of weapons. Hold on.
Cameron is looking at his laptop, searching through what weapons he can give away.
He's got a dagger.
I give him one of my 2 simple daggers. And I present it timidly to him. And I say, Do you recognize this?
No. What is it?
This is the... Come in close. This is the legendary dagger.
Of legend.
Of legend. Of the great and legendarily powerful legendary...
Barney Stinson.
Barney Stinson. The great adventurer of legend.
Wow.
And you could have it if you make one solemn promise to me.
What's that?
You'll leave these meager trappings, these meager, so beneath you trappings, and get out there on that adventure now.
Roll persuasion. With advantage.
Fuck yeah, it is. 18.
Legend. Wait for it. Dairy.
His eyes have grown to the size of saucer plates. He seems enthralled, and he holds his hand out gingerly for the dagger, and he says, I'll leave. I'll go. I will honor your request, and I'll never forget you. What was your name?
Barney Stinson.
He gasped.
No, go.
He
I'll hear legends of you, and I take his robe.
I was gonna say he starts to. He's already untied the rope. He takes it off and he steps out, and he's dressed in like plain, common folk leather clothing.
Try not to laugh.
Particularly patchworked, with like flannel going down one arm where clearly they had run out of material. He looks as though he will not survive the next 24 hours, and he runs out the door.
Oh my god.
Cameron feels awful. Lyonel doesn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I no longer have one of my daggers.
All right.
We meet him years later, as he's the big boss fight at the end.
I want to meet him later. He's got some work to go for him. We'll see, but
Cool.
it'd be great. Or he'll die. That's also
Or
a
he'll
possibility.
die.
Who knows?
Possibly.
You've changed the world. You've pushed the sand around.
Well, that was much
That's
easier
what
than I
cats
thought it would
do.
be.
That's true.
Okay, sorry.
Apparently, you don't have cats like mine do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking shovel it. All
You
right.
have to have that crazy, big, tall litter box at the top on it.
Oh God.
Anyway.
Anyway, well, Bon Bon, that was easier than I thought. I think I can
Yeah.
slip in here just fine.
Poor people tend to do what you want.
Damn.
And this has been our socio-economic commentary. Next time, we'll cover education and the differences in classes and how
Lyonel slips on the robe.
Okay.
Ha! Sorry. You look like a servant. Thought it was funny.
That's fair. Here. Can I
No,
throw it
wait
at
a minute.
you?
God. Fuck. Damn it. See, that's what I thought your plan was going to be, so it was surprising that
some-
you... God fucking damn it. God.
Presumably she has a star dressing room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's first, or not first, but she's second or third build. Second or third build on the
Cool.
sheet.
All right. So here's the plan. You're going to be her server. And you're going to knock on the door, make a big ruckus as you go in, so that I have room to slip into.
I guess I could try that. Fine.
Ready, break?
Okay. So...
Can we prepare the... I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious if we're out in the middle of the open trying to prepare this potion, correct?
All you have to do at this point is
It's
drink
just-
and tell her what to do.
Okay.
Or tell her what to forget.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
I'm going to...
Okay. You knock. There's a brief silence and then answer. Now you're knocking on the cast door, the initial green room door, correct? Yeah. So you open the door, and one of the dancers, who is like half dressed, not immodest, just not in her costume, answers and says, "Yes."
I'm supposed to bring Miss Scarlet some refreshments. Supposed to come in here and ask her what she wanted or something.
Fine. She opens the door.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, madam. I'll walk in with her, too. I'm not trying to sneak until we get to the star dressing rooms.
She kind of gives you a quick once-over, but then doesn't say anything because confidence will get you anywhere.
Yes, it will. Mm-hmm. I hate this character more and more.
It's funny because I love that character. It's the exact kind of character I'd play.
I know.
It's a pretty short, small, the room itself, green room is not massive. You can see the dressing rooms. And there are several. They aren't labeled, but...
What kind of poor stage management is this? Doesn't even label the dressing rooms.
Because there's a hallway once you open the door.
Oh.
And those rooms are labeled.
Okay.
Grumpy McStage Pants.
That was Bon Bon.
Yeah, okay. So you open
I thought
the...
you'd never been to the... Never mind.
You don't know me.
Bon Bon's secret life is a troupe performer. She misses it desperately.
Yeah, it's possible. Anyway, find Miss Scarlet.
So she's several rooms down, but once you see it, very obvious. The door is closed.
Knock on the door.
There's a quick answer. Hi.
Hi, Miss Scarlet. I'm supposed to get you some refreshments and ask what you wanted.
Roll deception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
19.
Oh, great! And she lets you in without nary a thought in the world.
Good.
I thought you were a friend of mine, but okay.
I just stand to the side so that the door stays open.
I stealthily sneak in the door.
Roll stealth. So when you get inside, there is not much to hide behind except the dressing cabinet.
Under the vanity.
Or under the vanity, correct.
That's a 5 plus 7 plus 5.
So you use the silent movement.
Yes.
All right. So
That's still only a 17.
I'll give it to you this time, but I didn't tell you this. In the future, make sure you say you use it before you
I
roll.
roll. Okay.
Yeah, that's my fault. I just, some work the other way, but. So she's rolling a perception against your what?
17 stealth.
Okay. Does not notice.
Yes.
She looks at you expectantly.
I just stand there awkwardly.
We're going to food?
Right. Yeah. Well, what do you want?
Is this your first day?
Yes.
I don't know why.
Big fan?
She starts to say something negative. You hear her. She starts to go, I don't know why and then you say big fan, and she goes, oh. And she smiles.
Does she have like a water or a tea or something on her vanity?
So, a quick descript, actually. The room itself is fairly sparse. There is a dressing cabinet that is sort of right by the door on your left as you enter. Then a small vanity that does run the length of the wall, but the actual mirror and such are just above. Then there's a small bed as well, and then a couch with a small sitting table. On the vanity is some various makeups. There is a water and then a glass of wine as well, it looks, or some sort of red liquid. Scarlet herself, for the most part, she's down to essentially her underclothes. She's tall. And I mean taller than probably both of you. How tall is
6'2".
she? Is
Definitely taller than me.
6'6".
Ooh.
She is extremely of height, even for And she is broad, with a dancer's body, but not the lithe ballerina. Although ballerinas also can crush man's head between thighs. She has hands that are perhaps as wide as Bon Bon's face. But she sits gingerly, as though afraid of her own height while not performing. And as you sort of stammer through, she has crossed her hands on top of her knee and is looking earnestly at you. When you say the fan, she smiles, and her whole face seems to gleam. And when she does, her hair, which is pulled back in a fairly tight but messy bun, falls, revealing that one of her ears is almost missing. It looks like it has been removed from the middle up. Her other ear is pointed. Well, that's really kind. Most people aren't fans of the dancers, even if we are billed.
I'm gonna stand in front of the door and be like, all right, I'm not very good at this. Let's cut the crap. Heard your last name is Declure.
I put the what? Oh God. Oh my God. Fuck.
Yep.
Okay.
Can I simultaneously pour the potion in her drink on her vanity?
Roll a stealth check, a new one.
15.
You succeed. She doesn't appear to notice, I should say.
Okay.
She is distracted by me.
She is distracted. Her whole body seems to shift. And instead of meek, she suddenly looks defensive. And she reaches out and touches something on the vanity. And it looks to be a small brush. I don't believe you should know that name.
I prepare my axe.
Your axe
Or like
is currently...
twirl it. Oh, did they confiscate it?
So, this is my fault.
Yeah.
Your weapons aren't confiscated. If you had walked into the... because this is my fault, I will probably give this to you. But if you walked into the green room with a fucking axe, they would not have let you in.
Under
It would have had to be under the robe, which would mean it'd be an action to take it. Which is what I would prefer you to do. However, it is my fault for not specifying. So I will give it to you if you want to say that you have your axe free.
No. I imagine in the world they would not let me.
Yeah, I appreciate saying true because they absolutely would not have.
I'll just do like a
And you can reach for it. You
defensive stance.
Well, and you can totally get it out. Or the other option is you can, with your interaction, drop the robe, and then on your attack action, you'd be able to pull and swing because you can do that all as one movement now. As far as mechanically it works. So, she says, "Why have you come here?"
From formation.
That doesn't answer my question.
I believe the Jack sent us.
All right, roll initiative.
Great. See, you said we weren't gonna get in a fight.
I didn't expect you would threaten. Okay. What do you got?
Dexterity added to initiative, right? Okay. 17.
21.
So you rolled a, 14?
15.
Okay, cool. 17, 21?
Also, yeah, my dex and charisma get added to my initiative.
Oh,
Swashbucklers are cool.
Jesus.
Um,
I didn't say I threatened her.
She reached for her hairbrush?
pen. more like a
Hairpin.
like a thing you.
Okay.
It doesn't look. It's not like a point though. I mean, it's just one that you would literally. Okay, Lyonel. It is your move. It is obvious that Scarlet has started to take an offensive action.
She already grabbed the hairpin.
She has that in her hand, and is speaking. She's casting a spell. That's a bit too much, but you can tell. So first round of combat's always hard because it's like, how do you know that you've rolled initiative? Like, what is she doing?
I don't have like specifically like disarming strike or anything. Can I guess like just grapple to.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I have some sort of surprise because she does not know I'm in the room, right?
You can absolutely. You'll grapple, and I'll give that to you even with initiative. Although you should know you can still cast spells while grappled.
Yeah, but if I can like
Yeah.
succeed the grapple to get the pin from her,
Oh, totally.
or is that a thing? Can I? It's not.
There's a
expressly
disarm.
Yeah. There's...
Disarm is a thing you could do. A disarm, you can use a weapon attack to knock a weapon or another item from the target's grasp. The attacker makes an attack roll contested by the target's strength or dexterity, which is an athletics or dexterity check. So
I don't intend to deal any damage.
it wouldn't. It would all be you'd be rolling an attack, and she will roll against it to see.
Could I like with the butt of my
try to knock it out of her hand?
Try and knock it out of her hand.
Absolutely. But it will be, and it will be at advantage as well.
At advantage, contested strength. Or is it an attack roll?
It's so you roll an attack roll.
Okay.
She rolls, in her case, an acrobatics check.
Damn.
It's at advantage, so you get to roll twice.
I did. And it's still only a 13.
Oh. Unfortunately, that does not succeed. Despite your advantage, she was wary, and she bounces like, again, the dancer she is, dodging out of the way like a coiled spring, moving her hand in front of her, and it becoming her turn.
I'd also like to cunning action.
Ooh, smart.
To hide outside the room.
So you're going to open the door? You have an interaction, so you could open the door and
I'm
then go
standing
out.
in front
Door
of
was
the
never
door.
closed.
I'm standing in front of the door.
Well, the door would have swung closed immediately, but...
Yeah, I imagined it closed.
Oh.
But you could get in and out. I mean,
Okay.
you could totally push the door open and be outside.
Okay.
If that's what you want.
Want to be outside.
Okay. It's just an interaction.
Okay.
So the door shuts behind you as well. You're now standing outside. That is the wrong one. Sorry.
This didn't go as planned.
Yeah, I'm really surprised myself, honestly.
Thanks, Bon Bon.
I wanted information.
We were going to do the task and get information.
So, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Is it against magic?
It is indeed against magic.
17.
Well, you succeed. Okay, yeah, so this one you totally succeed on. You feel yourself drawn to her, but it fails.
Okay.
It's your move.
I'm like, all right, look, lady, I'm not here to fight you. I just wanted to know some information. Why did he send us here? What does he want you to forget? What's your deal?
You can attempt to roll a persuasion at disadvantage because you were involved in combat with her, and your friend just attempted to knock her spell
Yeah.
focus out of her hand, so she's not feeling particularly trustworthy right now.
Okay. No, that's not very good. 6.
Okay. Just gonna roll an insight, but yeah. No. She thinks you're here to kill her. She looks frightened. And with that, Lyonel, it is your turn.
You didn't take an action?
Nope.
Oh.
I was gonna say if you're only going to. Okay.
I'm just gonna talk to her.
Okay. That at least is nice. Lyonel, you're outside. Nothing else seems to have happened, as far as you can tell. There are several people looking at you, somewhat confused, as you've scurried out of the room.
Nothing to worry about. I keep my composure, and I don't think anything else of it.
Okay.
And I walk back in the door,
Okay.
and I say, Scarlet, was it? We really mean you no harm. Why don't we just sit and talk?
Roll a persuasion check. It's also a disadvantage still, unfortunately. Though, you have a slightly higher chance to succeed
At
because
disadvantage?
it is a disadvantage.
Wow, I've rolled a 15 and a 16, so 15 plus 5 is a 20.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I didn't even roll mine with disadvantage. It's alright. I knew it was gonna fail.
I was gonna say you rolled a 6.
Yeah. It would.
So she takes a deep breath and looks around. If any of you, either of you, make any sudden moves, I will scream. She sits down with her spell focus clearly in hand, sitting between her.
Fair. May I sheathe my weapon?
Please.
I do so.
I didn't have it out.
You did not.
As my companion asked, curious why the Jack wants you to forget. What does the Jack want you to forget?
I think that question might be better answered with what wouldn't he want me to forget? The numerous deals I made on his behalf. So he sent you here?
That's right.
Odd set of tools.
I mean, he didn't want us to kill you, if it makes you feel any better.
She barks out a quick laugh. Her whole personality seems to have shifted. She's no longer the meek or diminutive. She is, her composure is forward. Her whole height has brought to bear. Of course, he doesn't want to kill me. He loves me. That's what's terrifying. So what does he want you to do? Forget?
Yeah, no sudden movements. I show her the top of the vial with the potion,
You're hiding the rest with your hand?
because I don't want her to know that there's more gone. He sent us with this to help you forget. I don't know why. I put it back in my pack.
Seemed mighty suspicious to me.
It's a kindness. Can I see that? Or one?
No, I would. I think it's volatile. I don't want it to drop. It's safe here in my pack.
Roll deception.
I am parched, though. Perhaps I could flag down an actual wait staff and
What'd you roll?
get a drink. 19.
You succeed.
So parched.
Sure. Or you can have mine. She points at the wine and the water on the table.
The wine and the water.
Yeah, she just sort
Which did I put?
I think you said the wine, but I don't remember.
I just asked if there was a tea or a wine or a water on the table, and you said yes, and I I think I
you're
said put it in the water.
I thought you'd said the wine, but because the water was clear was my thinking was my thinking. You were thinking, even though I didn't say if
okay.
that's what you were thinking.
Well, if that was the case, there was a water in a wine. I would have put it in the wine.
Yeah, there was.
Nice.
Sorry, folks, we're on telepathy level now, and so we just have outrid the need for
For a podcast. No, so I'll grab both, and I'll take the water, and hand her over the wine, and say, "Terribly sorry about this. I didn't intend for this to be violent at all."
She
And I drink water.
right. She sort of cheers and brings the wine to her lips and then says, "I'm just surprised he wouldn't just ask, but I guess he's too proud for that."
He seems like it.
I mean, you wouldn't have to forget if you didn't want to.
Might be better than remembering. Remembering is dangerous.
We might let him think that you forgot.
As long as you don't go to his fancy dinner tomorrow, he thinks that you forgot. I mean, he did say he's gonna, like, send some guards with follow-up questions and shit, but, you know, I assume you can handle yourself.
You are an actress, performer. I've seen your wiles now. I think you can outsmart them.
But if you want to forget, I, like, pull out the other potion and offer it to her.
She reaches and takes it. You don't understand.
No, we don't. That's why we're asking.
What is it that really troubles you so?
She sits for a long while, long enough to be uncomfortable. She appears to be thinking and then will start to speak and then stop. And she says, "It's nothing. You don't. I'm not troubled by something I've seen or done. It's just that knowing all of it, the plans, the machinations, and just knowing that there's never quite enough room."
So you got daddy issues.
He's not my dad.
Oh.
He's my husband.
Ah,
I'm sorry. Or
as am I.
She looks you very sternly. You shouldn't be. He might be the greatest man I've ever known. Then also the worst.
if it makes you feel better, this little cat man was very enthralled with your performance.
Well, of course he should have been. I'm magnificent.
I thought so.
Don't
You
trust.
are. I raise my glass to her.
She says, as you raise the glass, don't trust him. He'll always honor his promises. But it's what he doesn't say that will get you in the end. She pops the top off the memory potion
Oh,
and she downs it.
And we say the incantation.
Forget the jack.
Her eyes glaze over.
Oh, damn.
There's a moment. She settles. And she says, "Thank you. You've helped me with something, but I don't quite remember what."
Yes.
You're welcome. Break a leg.
She smiles and sits down again and starts fiddling with the comb and putting it through her hair.
And we leave.
Ooh, mission accomplished.
Roll insight checks, both of you.
8.
8.
Nice. Twinsies.
Twinsy bad rolls.
Yeah.
Well, with an 8, it's enough to determine what you... It seems she was being truthful. Even in her... She bids you farewell. It seems sincere.
All right.
So you leave. The job is complete.
Go watch the second
watch
act
an
and
act
make
two.
sure that she is not like
Totally fucked.
incapable.
She comes out, she can't dance. No, what did we do?
What have we done?
No, she comes out, and the second act is actually much more graceful than the first act. If the first act was a commentary, quote unquote, on the use of magic in performance, the second act seems to be a commentary on how magic can enhance performance. No enchantment is used, but magical lights dance and flicker. Sound is amplified and quieted. Gust of magical wind carry performers to the ceiling and back down again. It is a truly dazzling performance. And the other notes, the actual performance, the singing, the dancing is very simple, as though to make it the focus, but graceful, just done well. It's Rodgers and Hammerstein. What do you do?
All right.
Enjoy the performance. A second glass of Sauvignon Blanc.
I get a whiskey. Or whatever the fantasy equivalent.
Yeah, technically Sauvignon Blanc can't work because there's no French county called Sauvignon Blanc or whatever it'd be.
I have named characters in this campaign French names.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with the standard
That is
names.
where sheep is from, Sauvignon Blanc.
Perfect. I could make one of the country. Anyway, back to the point.
So you feel good about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Well, we succeeded, and it was easier than I thought.
We did. And we got information.
We did.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We're on the same side.
Are we? So,
Since you got us that information, I guess I can give you some information too.
oh. What are you hiding from me, Master Parsons?
Your shoes untied.
Rude.
I don't wear shoes.
Why not?
You don't wear shoes either.
I have cat feet.
And I have gnome feet.
Hardened gnome hobbit feet.
All right, that one didn't work. I'm definitely not telling you about the Bulwark yet.
I know
you haven't
that's
asked.
what we're looking for.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you that we weren't doing the mission that my parents
Yeah.
sent us on.
You also know. Do you know what the Bulwark is?
I know it's a legend. I probably know what it is, just based on, like, myth.
Potentially. I think you'd have to roll for it.
Let me roll for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say because this is actually one of those. It's like you might not know every.
What would I add?
History is a
History?
wisdom or intelligence.
13.
You were the cutest dog.
Thank you.
You have heard some limited, but more the name than anything. You aren't even sure you could place it other than as a thing of legend.
Okay. So,
All right.
I suspect we have a dinner to go to tomorrow.
of course you're...
Or we could just go back now, right?
He didn't give you specific instructions on how to. So how do you proceed?
Well, you're in charge.
That's right. Going to go back and claim the
Roll my
rest of our
eyes at
prize,
him.
our information.
Okay. So you return to the estate, which seems to have been, in the couple of days, mostly repaired. There are still some debris left around, but the building itself has been put back together. Get closer.
Please, again, remind me of the name of this dude. Do something.
I just want to make sure I say it right, to be honest. It is Nobleman Declure. So you're back at the Declure estate. Do you just go up to the front door? Or?
Of course I do.
Okay. You get to the front. There are 2 guards posted. They look quizzically at you.
I'm here to speak with Master Declure.
They look. Do you have any noble insignia on you? Or
Oh, of
anything?
course.
Okay. Epitaphs and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Epaulets.
epaulets. What the hell?
Epitaph is...
like- you have your
I'm dead.
spoilers. This is a ghost campaign. Oh gosh. Okay. You one of the guards pops inside. He comes out.
Yes, tell him Lyonel of the House Parsons is here to speak with him.
He nods and he runs inside. There's a brief moment. The door opens and there are 2 servants. You recognize them as one of the 4, or 2 of the 4, who had brought you the runes before and such. And they silently guide you back to the study. When you enter, Declure is behind his sort of bar, and he seems to be writing on the bar instead of the sitting desk, with yet a different pen than he has on the desk. And when you enter, he says, "Ah, you have returned. I expected you would come tonight."
Your wife has forgotten you.
Not really one to hold things close to the chest, huh? Most of the time, when I have information, I hold it to. You know what? I kind of like you.
Good.
Ms. Scarlet
I don't
has
particularly like you, but
forgotten you.
that's all right.
Excellent.
Has forgotten the Jack, whoever that is.
By her own free will.
Indeed.
It was the
We
name.
tried a trick and she took the potion willingly.
He looks pained for a moment, but sturdies up. That should come as little surprise.
Too much man for one woman to handle, right?
Too little, I'm afraid.
Ah,
I withhold my Snickers.
Let us say
because
that
Snickers actually satisfy. Oh, man.
Oh, shit. No, that has to stay in.
I'll just cut the laugh back, right? Is that
Oh,
that was
God.
good. I liked that.
That was totally above table. That was
Oh, God.
too deplorable for Lyonel to say.
Anyway.
Let us just say that when you have the hobby, and the hobby becomes perhaps a pursuit, or maybe an obsession, it eats away at your free time. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
No, of course not.
All that distilling. Right.
He smiles. Now, I believe I owe you. I do not like to be in debt for long. So, I'd appreciate you coming tonight. It is perhaps better if I show you. Would you follow me?
Certainly.
He picks up pace and sort of walks ahead of you throughout the house. You walk quite far. Up, first down a flight of stairs and then through a door into sort of the subterranean yet again. This time on what would be the other side of it. And as you do, you enter a room. And this room is large with what looks to be transparent, but there is no such place on the other side of this estate that you know of. The whole estate is marble, or underneath, dirt. But this appears to be a room, and you can see out of the window as though it is a floor to ceiling, and see the rest of the city, looking down upon the sort of lower quarters. This room is empty, but for a dirt floor and a small, or two things, a small statue sitting in front of where the dirt portion begins, and a large rock that seems to be covered in sigils. And he looks at you and he says, it is very simple. The Bulwark will appear here. I think it has another 3 weeks on the full moon. I think it's the full moon this time. I never keep up. The astrology is for people whose heads are in the sky.
Okay. So, it's a date. 3 weeks. I can come back here.
When we first talked, you did not tell me you wanted me to let you into the Bulwark.
Why else would I want to find it?
It could be worth another deal. And besides, says a voice, one familiar to you, you really just honored the terms of the first deal, and out from behind him, as though transported there, steps Scarlet. After all, it's not very friendly of you to tell the target about their fate. And that's where we're going to go.
Yep, I knew it. Good.